Two percenters, please welcome Leonardo DiCaprio and Benicio del Toro!
What's up, fellas?
Headlines are exploding today with some major updates, and the lineup is definitely grabbing attention. Jason and Travis Kelce just landed Hollywood-level guests for their New Heights podcast, with Leonardo DiCaprio and Benicio del Toro stepping in to join the show. Meanwhile, Taylor Swift is making headlines of her own, reportedly planning to tone down her cheering at Chiefs games as part of a bigger strategy to keep the spotlight balanced. Fans also have something huge to look forward to as Season 2 of the Swift Effect documentary officially has its premiere date locked. But while Taylor shines on screen, sources say Travis may be feeling the weight of wedding pressure, especially with Vogue rumored to be eyeing her bridal photos for a cover. To top it off, Mama Kelce isn't holding back, dropping playful but pointed hints about future grandkids right after the engagement.
He's had Travis number one. I do know.
Listen, and right now, Mom has Jason number one because he has kids.
That is true. She has said that. She has made that comment. She's put some pressure on him.
Jason and Travis Kelce are showing once again that they're more than just NFL icons. They're quickly becoming masters at pulling in Hollywood royalty for their New Heights podcast. This week's episode featured none other than Leonardo DiCaprio and Benicio del Toro, and the energy wasn't polished journalism but rather two brothers geeking out while trying not to lose it. That's part of the appeal, and fans can't get enough. At one point, Leo casually mentioned it was his first podcast, which left the Kelces looking like kids who'd just been told Santa was real. Later, his team clarified that he actually meant his first stop on the press tour, not literally his first podcast appearance, but hey, the brothers were already sold on the moment. Travis kept things light by roasting their own show, calling it the most unprofessional podcast ever, which, ironically, might explain why celebrities love it so much. Taylor Swift shattered their view records with over 500 million views, and their guest list keeps stacking up with names like Shaquille O'Neal, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Will Ferrell. Basically a crossover between ESPN and Hollywood Boulevard. This episode, though, gave Jason his time to shine. He kicked things off with an intro so over the top it could have doubled as a WWE ring announcement, rattling off DiCaprio's 4 Golden Globes, 2 Oscars, and $14 billion in box office history. The kicker? DiCaprio called it epic, and Del Toro dubbed it Hall of Fame worthy. If Jason ever gets tired of analyzing offensive lines, Vince McMahon better be on alert.
Oh, baby, our guests today, between them, have 4 Golden Globe Awards, 2 Academy Awards. Their films have grossed almost $14 billion at the box office. You know them from their iconic roles in Sicario, Traffic, The Usual Suspects, 21 Grams, Guardians of the Galaxy, as well as Titanic, The Departed, Inception, The Revenant, Wolf of Wall Street, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and now as the stars of the new movie, One Battle After Another. Two percenters, please welcome Leonardo DiCaprio and Benicio del Toro!
What's up?
Jason and Travis Kelce have officially turned their New Heights podcast into the hottest crossover between sports and Hollywood, and this week's teaser clips only turned up the hype. Fans got a glimpse of Leonardo DiCaprio casually rocking the half-on headphones, look so he could hear Benicio del Toro better, a move that screamed laid-back Oscar winner multitasking like a pro. Travis couldn't resist hyping them up, telling the Hollywood heavyweights they were already naturals at the podcast game. And let's be real, this wasn't their first time crossing paths. Travis and Leo reportedly partied together in Los Angeles back in summer 2024 with Tristan Thompson, slipping out of a swanky club around 1:30 a.m. in what can only be described as a boys' night out, with wristbands way fancier than anything the rest of us will ever touch. But while Travis is thriving in his podcast lane, Taylor Swift is making strategic moves of her own. Once the queen of Arrowhead box seats and viral reaction shots, Taylor is now shifting her game plan. After critics blamed her presence for distracting Travis during a rough fourth quarter against the Eagles, she decided to step back from the high-profile NFL cheerleader role. Instead, she's skipping regular game day appearances and choosing to support from the background. Insiders say it's a calculated move to protect her peace and their relationship. When she first stormed Arrowhead in 2023, she dominated broadcasts, sometimes getting more airtime than Travis's touchdown replays. Fast forward to 2025, and she's intentionally avoiding the Jumbotron, with rumors even suggesting she ninja slipped into a Chiefs game unnoticed earlier this season. The point isn't secrecy, it's balance. After 2 years of flashing cameras and endless debates about her impact on Travis's performance, Taylor wants the focus back on football. With a
Mom's always had Travis number one. I do know.
Listen, and right now, mom has Jason number one because he has kids.
That is true. She has said that. She has made that comment. She's put some pressure on him.
couple now officially engaged. Both agreed it was time to stop turning post-game press conferences into Taylor-themed Q&As. Travis is laser-focused on another Super Bowl run, and Taylor doesn't want fans pointing fingers at her if things don't go the Chiefs' way. So while she's moving from screaming in box seats to quietly supporting from the sidelines of life, she's hardly disappearing. In fact, she's doubling down on her own spotlight. The highly anticipated Season 2 of the Swift Effect documentary is about to drop, perfectly timed alongside her new album, The Life of a Showgirl. Because if there's one thing Taylor doesn't do, it's release just one cultural juggernaut at a time. Season 1 gave fans an inside look at how she built her empire while keeping her signature bestie energy alive, earning her a Daytime Emmy nomination in the process. Season 2, premiering with an episode called A New Era, promises to dig even deeper. According to insiders, it will explore how Taylor flipped the script on the entire music industry, fans, media, and artists alike, basically playing chess while everyone else was still fumbling with checker pieces. Expect to hear from fans, podcasters, and media insiders breaking down how Taylor rewrote the rules in her favor, rules that no one else will ever be able to undo. And somehow, Taylor is managing all of this while planning a wedding and coordinating schedules with her NFL fiancé. Insiders joke that her Google Calendar looks like it could be mistaken for a NASA launch schedule, color-coded and packed down to the last minute. Meanwhile, Travis looks like he could use a giant stress ball. During the Chiefs-Giants matchup, cameras caught him in a heated sideline moment with Coach Andy Reid after a missed field goal. Travis's barking and Reid's shove instantly turned into meme gold, reminding fans of their infamous Super Bowl spat. But this time, the internet chalked it up to wedding pressure, with memes joking that Travis wasn't just fighting for first downs, he was fighting for seating charts and cake tastings too. Together, the Kelces and Taylor are proving that football, fame, and Hollywood collide in ways no one saw coming, and fans are eating up every second. Travis Kelce is facing what might be the toughest opponent of his career, and it's not on the football field. With the NFL season in full swing, his non-stop podcast schedule, endorsement deals, and even stepping into the world of acting, the man already has his plate overflowing. Add wedding planning with one of the most famous women in the world, and suddenly it's less a plate and more an entire buffet he's trying to balance. That kind of load would test anyone, and according to those close to him, the strain is beginning to show. Some say he's been carrying a sharper edge lately, a sign that the pressure is getting real. His most recent stat line didn't help either. 4 catches for just 26 yards, numbers far from his usual highlight reel performances. The spotlight is hotter than ever, not just because of his career, but because of who he's set to marry. With cameras on him every time he takes the field, it feels like he's dodging paparazzi more than defenders. And that's only the beginning. Insiders are already asking the big question. If September looks this tense, what happens when tux fittings, rehearsal dinners, and the walk down the aisle arrive? One joked that his biggest 2-minute drill won't be on the gridiron, but at the altar, trying not to fumble the ring. And as if that wasn't enough, there's the looming possibility of their wedding becoming a global fashion event. Vogue is reportedly desperate to land Taylor Swift's wedding photos for the ultimate bridal cover. Imagine it. One of the world's most influential pop stars in a gown that could break the internet, standing beside a Super Bowl champion groom, framed against the backdrop of her Rhode Island mansion. It's a publishing jackpot and Vogue knows it. They're said to be pulling out all the stops, offering full creative freedom, editorial control, and even perks like access to her favorite designers. But here's the twist. Taylor doesn't exactly need Vogue. This is the same woman who took back her entire music catalog to prove she could own her narrative. If she decides to release her wedding photos via an Instagram carousel, or even go big with a streaming special complete with cinematic drone shots, fans would devour it in seconds. Taylor has always been in control of her story, and her wedding will be no exception. Vogue might be vying for that glossy, history-making cover, but Taylor has the power to flip the script and make the release her own. Some insiders say she's weighing both options, treating the choice like deciding between sparkly heels or cowboy boots for her walk down the aisle. Either way, she wins, and so do the fans. Meanwhile, Mama Kelce is stirring up her own headlines. Donna Kelce has started dropping her classic not-so-subtle hints about wanting more grandchildren, and her timing couldn't be clearer. Jason Kelce revealed on a recent podcast that their mom has long had Travis pegged as the favorite, until Jason and his wife began adding to the family. With 4 kids already, Jason has firmly secured the top spot in Donna's heart, leaving Travis without a single touchdown in the parenting department. Jason even named them off proudly: Wyatt, Elliot, Bennett, and the newest baby Finn. That leaves Travis at 0, and Donna apparently keeps score as closely as she does during the Super Bowl. Travis argued it's all about numbers, but for now, Jason is winning the grandkid game by a landslide. Between the weight of wedding plans, his football grind, the pull of Hollywood, and the playful pressure from his mom, it's clear Travis has more than just defensive lines to push through. He's got real-life challenges coming from every direction.
So what you waiting on, dog? So what you waiting on? You know, like I told my kids, I know we've had some close calls. I told my kids.
Jason admitted their mom has openly set her favorite shifts depending on which son brings more grandkids. Things got even funnier when Deion Sanders jumped in during the chat, playfully teasing Travis about when he'll finally start his own family team. Travis smoothly sidestepped the baby question, keeping things light and refusing to give anything away. Meanwhile, Donna Kelce recently stirred some buzz when she briefly reposted a playful comedy clip suggesting it might be time for Traylor and Travis to start a family. Although she quickly took it down, fans had already saved it and turned it into a talking point online. Many called it classic mother-in-law energy, proving that even global superstars like Taylor Swift can't escape the age-old "when are the kids coming?" conversation.